Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari and this is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 16. For joining me today. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. If you are a first-time visitor to my channel, welcome. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. My channel mainly is about cross-stitch, quilting, a little bit of stitching, a little bit of making, a little bit of upcycling, lots of stitchy goodness here. And I hope you'll stick around and check me out. I have a list today because we are going to get right into it. And I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. I missed a couple things last week and I kicked myself later on when I was editing. And then I was like, pickles, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So I've got a list, I've got notes this time. So if you see me looking down, you're sitting in front of my design table. One day I will do a little reverse shot and show you the mess that is down here. That's not today, but I've got my list and I'm going to look down too, and then I'm going to grab the things as we go along. So let me just give you a little table of contents so you know what we're in store for. Today I've got two whips. I have two whips, works in progress, to share with you that I've been working on diligently since last video a week ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some of the sneak peeks I've been sharing. It's just too fun. So I've got a couple whips. I've got a fully finished, a new one you've never seen, that I finished stitching back. It was in my finished parade, but it wasn't fully finished. I finished it sometime in early 21 or 20. I don't know. But I got a little bug in my bonnet that I wanted to finish something this week. So I got that one done. So I got a fully finished. I have a fully finished ×2. So this is a finish I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, but it needed a little extra tweak, need a little zhuzhing up, and now it is fully finished. I've also got some haul to share with you, stitchy related as well as not. I have a cute little story to tell you about a message. I've got some giveaways here at the end that are mainly unclaimed giveaways from the previous ones. So let's get these charts off to live a new life, hopefully stitching with you. And then at the end, if you want to stick around, I got a Tiger Lily Designs shop update. So that's what we've got in store. So let's just dig in. Okay, so I'm going to start. I should save the best for last, but no, we're going to go right into the good stuff. You know, this pattern, this beautiful pattern, you will see pretty frequently, I'm thinking in 2022, because if I was ever addicted to a pattern, this is the one I've got right now. So let me just show you. This is, of course, in one of my project keepers. If you didn't see, check out this is my little cheat sheet. It's got the DMCs and the codes right here. So that way I don't have to reference when it's a little complicated. So in case you don't know, I mean, you do know, this is the Fox and Rabbit, beautiful Mary Morgans. Now remember, I have a stitch along going. Hold on, I've got notes. Super excited. My hashtag is Mary's Rose Sal. We've got, I think we've got 9 friends that are planning on joining. We've got a couple different posts already in the hashtag. Some people are waiting for their kit. So Rachel has started, Sue has started, Tina has started, but Marie, Samantha, Jill, Mary, Kara, and Sally, I think are in there collecting the fabric and the floss and the pattern. I think Rachel's got actually some kits out in the mail today. She did just send me a message. You're like, who's Rachel? Rachel is Treehouse Fiber Arts. She kitted this up with a special custom fabric. So she messaged me today and told me I think she has 2 more kits ready to go, but she's getting more next week. So if it says pre-order, don't fret. It's like a next week pre-order. So just go ahead and get on the list because you want to get on this, because once you see this, yes, I'm okay being an enabler. Oh, where's my board? Here we go. Sorry if you saw the back of my head. There she is. And yes, I have to back up now because you know why? The border is stitched. If you follow me on Instagram, I had a little celebratory story a couple days ago because border stitching can be kind of scary. So, you know, I started with the rows. I started this on January 31st. So here we are, 17 days in. That's a lot of stitching for 17 days. And, you know, unfortunately, I got a couple day jobs. So, and this is not one of them. So I started with the rows, and then at some point I decided, you know what, I just need to drink my medicine, take my medicine. It's not bad, but I did want to go ahead. So I went ahead and followed the pattern and went over to get to the border. That was the only way I could get to the border. So I didn't have to super count. And if I want to be able to do a letter, do an alphabet, and then do something fun. Do a couple alphabets, go a couple letters, do something fun. That's kind of how I do these big samplers. And I was not going to count all the way. I was just, counting's hard. And so I decided doing the border was going to be the best way for me to have an anchor, have a landmark to start. Okay, but you will see, let me zoom in for you. So if you're new to my channel, I am an Ada girl. I love the look of linen. I love it. You know, obviously I'm a lover of all fabrics and all colors, but linen in my eyes just do not, no matter how much light, how much magnification, all the things that we just don't, we're not friends. So Ada is my best friend and I'm okay with it. So you can see, why did I bring it up here? Okay, I showed you guys, this is just a single, I just did the 1 hash. So this is all in DMC, so that's super great. I went ahead and I counted over. And then I started to do my border work. I only did this single stitch. You know, it was 10. Anyway, so I counted into this. Took me a couple nights. And then I think 2 nights ago, I rounded the corner and the points met up. Woo! It was so great. Because I will not tell a lie. I have been visited by the Froggy Friends. If you've been around here for a while, you saw my Land That I Love sampler that I gifted. I went around the corner. I didn't do the border this way where I set the foundation. Went ahead and stitched all the stitches and the flowers and the things as I went around. Right. And so when I got down to this bottom right-hand corner, it did not match up, but there was no way that was going to be frogging all of that. So I did some creative stitching. And like I said, no one is the wiser except for I just told all of y'all. But you won't tell. And I'm okay with it. You know, so I decided, let's try a different strategy here with Mary Morgan's. But I do just want to show you guys the chart color. As we always say, the photo doesn't do it justice. And I don't want it to blow out. I do have my ring light on. The Virginia sun did not come out today, so I'm relying on a ring light, so I don't want to come in too much so it blows out for you. But those colors, I mean, do you see this? I mean, purple and black, and there's like 3 different reds. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. You can see, you know, since I've got it in one of my keepers, all the different bobbins. Let me make it so it doesn't. All those yummy, yummy colors are just great. So that is the update on Mary Morgan's. I would love for you to join us. Like I said, the hashtag is Mary's Rose SAL. Follow along, get your kit. You can get the pattern PDF from Fox and Rabbit, or you can get the whole kit with this custom gorgeous. So Sue, who is also doing it, Knits 24, she is the dyer behind Treehouse Fiber Arts. And so this is a Sue dye fabric. Gorgeous. And so we're having a lot of fun, and it's going to be around for a while, so you got plenty of time to catch up. I know Rachel did a corner start And I'm pretty sure that Tina did a corner start too. So we've got different people starting at different places, which makes it super fun. It'll get motivated to get around and see different things. Now that I've got the border done, maybe I'll do an alphabet, a letter or two, and then I'll come back and do this fun little, I don't even know, this potted tree plant thing. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. And so I did want to show you, I'm not going to show you my pattern, but I make a working copy of my pattern. And another thing, so in my project keeper, so let me show you. So in my project keeper, I've got the bobbins, my real copy, my working copy, as well as this set of, they're like creative markers. They're called, they're made by Zebra. And I love, they're like a rainbow assortment of highlighters. And I love them because there's lots of different colors and there's 19 flosses in this fabric. So what I was doing, especially when I was doing the rows, because there's lots of colors, to get that dimension, to get the rose to look like it looks, you gotta let it, it's some color changing stitching. And I've got my magnifiers and the glasses and the things. Well, just one extra step that I do on my working copy, and I can't show you because I wish I could just show you a little peek. But if you saw right here is my working copy of the rose, and it looks like a color sheet. There are, 10 different colors in that rose. And I took a different highlighter and I flashed it. I'm going to cut that out. But the rose is just a color sheet. So that's my little cheat. It's not really a cheat, but that is what I do to help me stay organized. And then of course I also have my, what did we decide we were going to call these? Thread bed keepers. I don't know. It's a hot mess. Yeah. I used it just 2 or 3 nights ago. I did go back to another whip because I was so close. I wanted to get it finished for you guys. And if I put off this video for like 2 more days, it would totally be done. But I didn't want to. And so I will either go back to stitching it so I have it finished for next week, or I will go back to the rows. I don't know. But this is my thread bed keeper, and it's really easy. And so one of the things on my haul is this snap doodaddy thing. It's super easy. I've never installed snaps in all my days. In my 20 years of sewing, I've never done snaps. I've never made something that needed snaps. And I was like, okay, this needs snaps. Anyway, so that is whip number 1. Woo, chatty Cathy on that one. And so this one is the one I wanted to show you guys. That was just so close. Like I said, I tried to stay up late last night, but at some point I wasn't sleep stitching. Let's be honest. I'm in my bed. I've got my Halo Go lights. I've got a little light trifecta I want to share with you guys in a video. Because I've ordered a few of them and I've got my favorites. And I'm going to save you guys maybe from ordering the wrong one. Not that, Amazon doesn't have free returns, but still. Which ones work for me? I've got one that stays upstairs, one that stays downstairs. And those are the ones that I love. And so I want to share with you guys. But anyway, so I'm stitching and you start bobbing and so I just didn't want to lose a needle in the bed. Oh, can you see? So this is Lila's Studio, Quakers, welcome. If you remember from I think it was 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys this. It was so close and it still is so close. What do I have left? Let me pull up the pattern and show you guys if you haven't seen it before. It's just such a sweet, sweet pattern. Like I said, a Quakers Welcome by Lila's Studios. I need to color, the roses need to be colored in, or little flower buds. I think this acorn, this little quilt star. Put the customization in the middle. Haven't figured what that's going to be yet, so maybe that's what's holding me up. And then I did a color conversion. I know I've told you guys this a handful of times. Mine I'm doing with Miss Sadie's Silks. And I did a custom conversion, but you can see mossy green. Where are my glasses? Yeah, so see this little green on the trace, right? What color is it? It is color... Well, I don't know what color. Oh, maybe it's called khaki green. That's the only one that's got a green in the name. Let me looky-loo. Hold on, I should have been more organized so I could, if I'm going to talk about it, I should be ready. Look at me, guessing right. Khaki green. Yeah, I can show you this. I was like, oh, is this the thing? 3012. 3012. So I tried to find a Miss Seda silk, a green. I haven't decided. I have her full mini skein collection. But there just wasn't a subdued green that I thought was a good color match. So I haven't decided if I'm going to maybe pull from another one of my silk dyes. You know, I have Mo's silk. I have a lot of hers from her Saturday sales. And then I also, of course, have all the cotton dyes. Not all of them. No. I have a collection of, you know, Weeks and Gast and Color Works and all the things. So I didn't have in my ring the green, that's the color that was going to be that green. So anyway, that's what's left. So close, maybe 2 more nights and this will be done. I don't remember if in my thrift box I have a custom frame already thrifted that is the correct magical size. I will have to go back and figure that out, but no sense in doing that until she's done. So anyway, those are the 2 projects that I worked on this week. I'm going to try to do something exciting. I don't want to just come back every Friday and be like, here's Mary, here's Mary, here's Mary. That might be what happens. But I am going to try to do at least something else because I do love coming back here Friday and giving y'all a little, you know, what to do update. But I can't just keep showing you the same thing because, you know, kind of boring. Maybe not. Maybe you like to see it. I don't know. But I do show some pictures on Instagram as well. So, you know, there's only so many things to show you. Okay, so whips, checks. I did the SAL, check. I shared with you all of my friends and the names that are joining. I'm super excited. Tag me, hashtag me, direct message me. I'm going to add you to the list. I'm going to have like a Mary Rose SAL surprise, maybe. It's going to be a while. I'm still noodling what it's going to be. I haven't told my mama yet. Maybe I'm going to have my mama make us some rose zipper pulls or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's just to be fun. But so now let's move on to the fully finishes. We'll stay in the realm of stitchy goodness and then we'll deep dive into the rest of the table. So yesterday, if you follow me, you saw that yesterday I was taking a sewing break. You know, with Tiger Lily Designs, I ebb and flow with different projects and things that I do. And so I've been at the sewing machine for what seems like weeks, months, long time. Basically, like the new year started and I've been sewing. And I'm okay with it, not complaining. But yesterday, because, you know, I'm stitching Mary at night, stitching the Quaker, I felt like I needed just a little bit more of a something before I went back to the sewing machine. So I went to my finishing box. Have you ever seen my finishing box? Let me grab it. That's the great thing about filming in your studio. Like, if I could turn you around, I've done a studio tour. If you haven't seen my studio tour, the link is down below. Super great. So then you can kind of like see not just my fabric wall, you can see like I just took 6 steps that way to go and grab my finishing box. Now, what's my finishing box? This is a fun little story. So this is one of those scrapbook 12 by 12, scrapbook case. Holds 12-inch papers. I should take the label off, but then I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was. So I don't use it for that. I've got different quilt projects and different things on this ladder over here. But in here, I store piece, like this was the cutie I finished a couple weeks ago. And this one, didn't get finished into a pillow before the holiday is now said over. So these are some finishes. They're mostly smalls. Yep, like, oh, there's a cutie. Oh, and there's a hello from Liz Matthews. Did you see? Hold on, tangent. Did you see? I think 95% sure that Hello from Liz Matthews promised day 6 is coming to Nashville Market. Speaking of Nashville Market, like a month ago maybe, I asked you guys which designers you were excited for. I was blown away. I made a note. Like during the reading of your comments, I pulled out my binder, and if it was in this book and I had it flipped, maybe I'll pause the video and show it to you. But you guys, like, I just kept going and kept going. Like, I have my favorites. Hello from Liz Matthews is a favorite. Plum Street's a favorite. Fox, all the anyway, so I'm just all over it. This is my finished box. So stay on this story. Okay, so I went to my finished box yesterday during my lunch break, and I decided I'm just going to pull one out. And I'll give you a little hint. This was in the finishing box, and it's already interfaced. Like, I was halfway there. But then, because I was going to use this, I was going to make a little pillow. But when push came to shove yesterday during my, I'm going to set the clock, set the timer for, it took me longer than half an hour. But I was giving myself a little break to finish. And without further ado, this is the one I chose. So this is a sweet little Plum Street sampler. I do have the pattern for you, so I will show you. But I finished this. And so let me show you the pattern. Plum Street sampler, tomato dame. I finished this I stitched this with a 16 count. Yep. 16 count something. I kitted it up at my local L&S, like I said, sometime in 2020. So I'm not really sure. It's definitely a Picture This Plus, whatever their bluey fabric. I don't remember. All the called floor flosses. It's a collection mainly of weeks. But I went ahead and I went into my thrift bucket, which I show you in my studio tour if you want to see, well, behind the scenes. I've got one of those big storage crates. It sits under my second sewing machine that I don't use very often. So it kind of just sits there. So I have 2 buckets full of frames that are ready to go. So I did a little quick time-lapsey finish with me. I'm going to go ahead and insert that here just in case you want it. It's like 30 seconds. So it was a time lapse. I was just like, let's just see the before and after. So I'll pop that in right here. Guys can see what I did. But so the reason I finished it this way versus doing it as a pillow, and you can see I actually went all the way and finished it. Yes, brown craft paper, because I couldn't get to my scrapbook paper. It was behind too many boxes and my alarm had already gone off. Time was up. Back to work you go. So instead I just grabbed, this was handy dandy, and then I had some washi tape, so why not? So it actually looks finished on the back. I could write something on, my name and date and whatever. I did go ahead, you can see in the pattern, she has, can you see? I can't without putting my glasses on, but I do believe there's a bird and a dollar amount or a cents amount, some kind of something on her sign. But instead, I changed my sign to say 2020 because that's when I did it. And then I put my little initials KC right there. And that's how I customized it just a little bit. And so I made it into a frame, because I had the perfect frame for it. The design measured 6.5 square, almost. Approximately. It's 89 by 97. So it's not exactly a square, but it's good enough for me. And so I had this frame. This was a thrifted frame that had one of those finished decorator things. I kind of had to take it apart. That I got at my thrift store for $2. And it's a nice wood, and it had this red cherry bubble finish. And I thought that grabbed the red and the tomato, perfect. So that cutie is done, and I super love it. So that is my finish. fully new finish that you guys have never seen before. And so I have one more to show you that, like I said, I showed you guys this. Yep, here we go. My board's here. I showed you this before, and this is not new. I finished this, I don't know, sometime in late December, early January. I don't know. I have it written down. That's not what today's video is about. But anyway, so I used my cord maker. That was the exciting part of the first part of the finishing was this, is I got one of those Krennic cord makers. And so I made it, super excited. But I felt like I needed something more. So I ordered, so now we're like weaving into haul / finishing. I went on Amazon, and I will link these down below. So if you are needing some of these accoutrements for your Christmas finishing, go and grab them. So you can see, hold on. Let me show you what I'm going to show you first, and then I'll show you what they come like. So I added, this is just a pretty little ribbon that came from my ribbon stash, and this little jingle bell. Yeah, it jingles, but there we go. But it's that brushed bronze color, which I thought really went well with this coffee tea-dyed Ada ornament that I did. And then I also got 2022 brushed bronzy little tags. So, of course, when you order from Amazon, you can't just order like 10. You get 100, but that's okay. I've got 100 of these jingle bells. And I'll link them down below. I don't remember, less than $10, approximately $6, I don't know, something like that. And then I also got the 2022s. So what I will probably do is maybe make a mental note of how many I think I'm going to do in 2022. I know I've got my 12 days of Christmas ornaments, so I need 12 for that because those are getting done for sure. I'm only 2 months in. I'm not behind yet. Haven't fully finished them. Almost did yesterday. They were a contender for yesterday's finishing, but I knew that their finishing was going to be more, it was going to go over my time, my allotted time. And so I needed to just wrap my head just a little bit more around them. And so, but I'm going to maybe keep myself, maybe 20 or 25. I'll kind of like do some math, and then maybe I'll share them with you guys in one of my upcoming giveaways. So that way, I don't need 100 before 2022 is over. That'd be great. I don't have a tree that's big enough for 100 ornaments just in this one year. And I don't know how many family members would appreciate. We'll see. But I'm going to share some with you soon. So come back. Stay tuned for that. So that is my haul. Oh, no. That is the finishing. And then I just want to just show you, since we're sticking with kind of the haul portion of it. This is, remember I told you about that little snap setter doodah thing that's in the Mary Morgan's Project Keeper, my thread bed keeper. I'm thinking I might write a pattern, nothing super complicated, nothing at all like the Project Keeper pattern, but just so you guys can know the measurements and the things that I did. And to be honest with you, like there was a learning curve associated with this. I don't want it all to fall out on you. But this set, like I said, I will link this down below, and you can go if you've ever wanted to try snaps. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, relatively. 20-ish. I'm going to say it's in the 20-ish price point. But it comes with the doodah. A squeaky doodah. It works. I don't know. And then it had all these accoutrement things. And then you can see down below, I don't know how many, I think 300, 200, a lot of snaps. Like I could probably snap for a lifetime and not use them all. Unless I run out of my favorite color or something, which totally could happen because I'm here for some hot pink and some orange. Well, they all have some great colors. Anyway, so I got this. I'm thinking, let me know down below in the comments if you want me to do a little tutorial. I'm sure there's YouTube videos already that show you guys how to do these. But this little one, like the learning curve associated with this, it took a hot minute. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. It wasn't like intuitively like, here we go. Once I got it. Like snap, 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 go. But the first one I did kind of lose. I learned and lost 2, 3, 10 snaps, trying to figure out, am I supposed to use this attachment? Because the directions are not written in English. So you kind of have to interpret from the pictures, and the pictures are not super clear. But anyway, I figured it out. If you guys want me to show you how I made my my thread bed keeper thing. I don't know what we're going to call this, but this doodah that has the snaps on it. Anywho, let me know. So that's down below. You can grab those. Let me check my list. I want to make sure I stay on point. Haul, check. Okay. So the last thing I wanted to do, this is what I forgot, not the last thing. Like I said, we still have more. But the next thing on the list that I completely forgot to do last week, and this is where I am so apologetic. Like, I need to be better. I need to have a routine of always do this, at least if I have it to do it. I had 4 people the week before use the buy me a coffee link that's down in my description box. And I just wanted to say huge thank you from me to you. Thank you so much for not required, truly appreciated though, to help me with the shipping of the giveaways and just to contribute to the channel and the work that I do to share some of these things with you. So I just wanted to acknowledge and thank them personally. I sent them emails and messages, of course, thanking them immediately. But I wanted to thank Maureen A, Terry H, Sue K, and Karen S. Thank you, 4 ladies, so much for donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. So that is my buy me a coffee link down below. You guys know what that is if you want to contribute, but not at all required, but I truly appreciate it. Okay, so now I have a little story for you, and I just thought this was so awesome. Okay, so you guys send me messages, and I love them. You comment in the videos every week, and I read them, and I try to comment back to you. I really, really try to comment because you take the time to comment to me. I want to reciprocate and take the time to comment back to you. It's a social community, and I'm loving every minute of it. And so a couple days ago, I get this DM in Instagram from someone I've never communicated with, and she just said, "Lily would love this." And I was like, what? Who? Yeah. So last week I told a story, and it was about my daughter's name is Lily. If you're new here, you're like, what is this? I promise the story. So my daughter's name is Lily, and last week I told a story about her and her favorite charts that she does not stitch at all. Crafting and artistry like skipped her generation. I don't know. Too bad for her, but but she thinks it's hilarious when an animal is bigger than a building. So I have I have anniversaries of the hearts and the blackbird, and that's the one where it started, where on one of them, there's a moth that is bigger than the house. Like, house? Baby house? Giant moth. Lily thinks it's hilarious. And so for my birthday, she wanted to get me this thing where this octopus is like this big. And you guys have sent me a couple of those. I need to grab that on Etsy, and I'm gonna. But my new friend Molly, which was so cute. Hold on, I brought my iPad because I wanted to show you. My new friend Molly sent me, she's like, Lily would love this. I'm sorry, what? So I will put a picture right here and show you what and I just died. First of all, I love it. I love that so much. And it's the new cottage garden sampling. I think I've got it right. But where this jackrabbit bunny thing is like King Kong compared to this little cute little cottage. And I just loved it. And it made my day when Molly sent me that message. And of course, so then I had to friend her on Instagram or follow. I get them mixed up. Subscribers and followers. Those are the only 2 socials. Like my niece, she says, Aunt Kari, you need to get on TikTok. Ain't nobody got time for TikTok. Okay, I feel like TikTok is a young woman's game or a young person's game, not necessarily a young person's game. And although I feel young, I feel like I'm 20. I am not 20. I go to bed early. I'm 46. I go to bed early, and I don't need to be on the TikTok or the clock talk or the teacher talk or all the things. No, I'm staying in my lane. My lanes are Instagram and YouTube. Like that's the big of my social media. Anyway, so friends, okay, so then I started to follow Molly, and Molly has this super cute, so of course I was like, oh, I'm gonna go find something about my new friend. So Molly, this is what I wanted to show you. Molly has, so if you are a yarn person, if you are a knit, so obviously I'm a quilter. If you're new to my channel, I quilt. I do have 2 buckets full of yarn because I needle punched for about 10 minutes. Just enough to collect all the stuff. And then I was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. But I still have all the things in case I ever decide I want to do it. And I did crochet once. I think the required baby blanket. Like when you're pregnant with your first child, did you crochet or knit a blanket? I feel like I did. Noah, I think, has a blanket that I made. It's probably like 2 feet wide. And then I was like, this is not my jam. So I did it. I don't even remember which one I think. I think I did the 1 hook. So that's that crochet. Anyway, so the moral of the story is if you are a knitter, you need to check out Molly. So I will link her down below. But I just wanted to show you as a person who appreciates color. Now, hold on. Let's see if I can get it without. Do you see? Okay, so this is why I have 2 buckets of yarn. Not because I knit. Not because I know what to do with them at all. But these yummy yarns just make me want to have them. And so Molly is a hand-dyed yarn house. I don't even know her story yet. Maybe she'll come on here. Maybe she'll send me a message. Hey, Molly, if you're watching, send me a message. Tell me a little bit more about you. But she lives in Augusta, Georgia, and she's got this super cute Etsy shop. I will link her down below. But she just made my day when she sent me this message with a picture of that cottage garden sampling pattern thing, saying that Lily would love it. I mean, I just fell down. I loved it. That is why I love this community. Point blank, hands down, drop the mic. That's it. Anyway, okay, so that's my Molly story. I didn't want to forget to talk about it. And so 2 more things for you before I let you go. So hopefully we're not going to run crazy town today. So the giveaways I have today, like I said, are redos of 2 giveaways. So you've seen these patterns before. I'm not going to, if you've been around, you've seen them. It's Baby Cherry Word Design Studio. So super cute, sweet pattern. It actually comes with these little green buttons here. So it's got a baby boy and a baby girl, like saying all the letters for you to add and numbers to personalize it with their name and their birth date and the weights and the pounds and all the things. So this is super cute. So put the word baby in your comment if you want to be entered for that one. And this one is one from a couple weeks ago. This was a donation. A sweet subscriber sent me a box of goodies that I wanted to share with you guys. And this one just never got claimed. So here we are. Frost on the pumpkin. Super cute. So put the word snow because that snowman is adorable. And so put the word snow in your comment. How are you going to use baby and snow? I have no idea, but good luck. So those are the 2 giveaways. Now, I know I've only got the 2 because I'm waiting, crossing my fingers and toes. We are so close to 3K. I don't really care about it. I just think it's fun. It's just a reason to have cake. I mean, like, it's Friday. It's a reason to have cake. But I love bigger cakes and bigger, confetti cannons and balloons and all the things. So I've got a goodie box. I'd show it to you, but I'm not gonna. Over there with the 3K subscribers giveaway that's coming. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We are close. Maybe next month, maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know. Maybe 6 months. I don't know. When it happens. But I've got giveaways, and that's when the next extravaganza of giveaways will come. So we're close. So that is the end of the giveaways or the end of the normal Flosstube. I do have a little Tiger Lily shop update. If you have any interest in learning a little bit more about my business, a little bit more about the products that I make and that I offer, I'm adding this to the end. So obviously if you're just here for the Flosstube stitchy goodness, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and following me and checking me out. And I'd love for you to come back. I do a video every Friday, at least every Friday. This is my Flosstube Fridays for sure. And then sometimes I come back with midweek updates. It all just depends on what I'm doing and how busy I'm in doing it. So, I'm on Instagram too. If you want to follow me there, it's tiger.lily.designs. Everything is linked down below. All the things, reach out, say hi. Love for you to join the SAL, but otherwise I will see you next week. Happy stitching. Now, if you want to stick around for just a quick little Tiger Lily update, I'm going to take 5 minutes here. I'm looking at my clock. No more than 5 minutes just to give y'all a little bit of like background of what it is. If you're new here, Tiger Lily is my business. And I've had this business for almost 15 years. I'm a Clemson Tiger grad. My daughter's name is Lily, hence Tiger Lily Designs. That's where I got there. And so with Tiger Lily, the main focus of my business is giving new life to unused textiles. What does that mean? So what does that mean? That means like it started off with I would make pillows, and I do have a couple left. I've kind of steered away from that, but I would go and make and get sweaters at the thrift store and cut them up and manipulate them and make an applique heart or an applique something and give them a new purpose. Sometimes sweaters, they just have a little hole in the thing, but otherwise they're great. And so I would just do that. And so that I also do custom quilts, whether it's a t-shirt quilt or a baby's quilt or a memory quilt from someone you've lost or a flannel shirts or polos. I've done lots of custom quilts, giving new life to textiles that are either are full of memories or that you don't wear anymore, but it's, Johnny's soccer jerseys from 10 years of playing soccer, whatever it is. That's what I do. But at some point I tangented to I do a lot of different things, and I have switched gears. If you saw last week, I showed you some vintage stitching, and so again, I'm staying within my realm of what I love, which is giving new life to textiles. But now I am finding textiles at antique malls, and some of them I haven't found any vintage stitching at a thrift store yet, but I'm sourcing them and giving new life to these vintage stitches as project bags. And so I know that rather than sitting in a drawer or in your basement or under the bed storage or wherever you keep this beautiful table linen that great grandma Fern, by the way, my Aunt Susie just sent me, she watches me. She's on the other side of the coast. I haven't seen her since, I don't even know how long, 10 years. But she just sent me a box of vintage stitching it's like my family stitching. Either Grandma Fern did it or Grandma Maxine's mom did it. I don't even know. We haven't figured out the story. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I've got them. But I don't know if I'm going to cut those up. We'll see. But I've got vintage stitching that I've sourced that I'm going to turn into project bags because I know they'll be appreciated by fellow stitchers. Anyway, I also do gnomes. And so I did want to just show you guys this. Gnomes aren't just for Christmas. And I know gnomes are everywhere now. Okay, true story. I've been making gnomes out of upcycled sweaters for about 7 years. So I was cool before gnomes were cool. Maybe. I don't know. But this is one of my favorite ones. Like, maybe he doesn't stay on the website, but he's on the website right now. I just loaded up. Usually I just sell gnomes at local markets in the state. I do holiday shows, and I had a brick and mortar shop downtown, Percival, which I closed up. And so right now, because I took all the inventory out of there, like the side room over there looks like a gnome invasion has happened. And so it's a little overwhelming for my daughter when she wants to socialize with her friends. And so my house just isn't big enough right now. And so what I've done is I've loaded a good amount of gnomes onto the website, and I'm giving you guys a Flosstube 20. So there's going to be a coupon code. This is the only place I'm telling it. I'm not going to put it anywhere else. So if you either want it or you don't. But the code is Flosstube20, and it's going to take 20% off any gnomes you want. Now, obviously, the gnomes, like, this is a winter theme. It reminds me of winter with this quilty star and the purple. And so all my gnomes are made from upcycled sweaters. You know, this was a sweater in its first life. His body was a sweater in his life. I make the noses. Everything's ready to go. So Flosstube20, no space, no nothing. That'll take 20% off all the gnomes that are in my shop. Link down below if you want to check them out. And then I also loaded up, because these also came out of my brick and mortar shop that I have now since closed. I have a collection, I don't know, 10 or 20 of t-shirt totes. So this was a tote bag in its first life. Or this was, no, it was not. This was a t-shirt. This was one of those, you know, I don't know what size it was, but it was a regular t-shirt that then I cut up and I interfaced, and it's got batting and interfacing and all the things. Nice webbing straps. It's a good size. I use these now because my county has instituted, I was doing it before, I wasn't as diligent as I should be, but you know, you have to bring your own bags now, or you have to pay for them. And so I use these as my farmer's market bags, or just use it as your, you know, fancy little stitching tote, whatever. So I've got a handful of these on my website as well, link down below. And you can also use the Flosstube 20% off coupon in the totes, on the totes and the gnomes, not the project bags. Sorry, those aren't on sale this week. I'm just trying to get rid of, or make space. Feel a little like claustrophobic right this second with the shutting of my brick and mortar shop. So I thought maybe if you guys wanted to check it out, if not, no harm, no foul. That's my shop update. I ran 6 minutes. Pickles, it was just a minute longer. I hope you're okay. If you stuck around, thanks for hearing my Tiger Lily update. You know, I have fun. I hope you guys have fun. Checking out what I do. Otherwise, I've already said my Flosstube goodbye. So that's what I've got, friends. Thank you so much for your support. My family, me, Noah, and Lily, truly appreciate every single purchase you guys make for me. So thank you so much for supporting small. I am the epitome of small business. So thanks so much, and I will see you next time.